As we enter a period of more blatant cope from leftoids, I decided to talk about the far right in Ukraine and debunk some nonsense surrounding them. Don't worry, I'm not here to defend them, for the entire movement is pure cringe. I'm just here to show how this movement is not as easy to understand as Marxists try to make it look. I'll be mostly focusing on the popular idea thrown at this group that they are a quote unquote pro Western or quote unquote funded by the West, and how by looking at their ideology that these theories don't really hold up. For those familiar with certain Ukrainian right-wing movements in modern times, such as Pravy Sektor, Azov, National Core, Sich, etc., you should know that they mostly are influenced by sure the early World War II era UNB, but also the Una UNSO movement of the 1990s, which while the former supported some form of Nat-Sok beliefs before like 1942, it wasn't much of a monolith, and different ideas flowed around in that sphere. The later, however, hated Russia as much as the West, and those newer groups have taken up that mantle, supporting third position politics, a neutral country, etc., etc. The hate towards Russia is divided, focusing more on Putin and Russian communism, but also Tsarism, white nationalism in the sense of what the Russian White Guard advocated. However, you will see these groups banned with Russian Wignet groups like Militant Zone, some facets of the Eurasian movement, and the Russian branch of Atomwaffen, which also gives them indirect connection to the Russian national movement. They also support Western far-right and third-position organizations that espouse pro-Russian sentiment, one of them being the Italian fascist group called Casa Pound. To say that the Ukrainian far-right hates Russia is a miscategorization of what they support. Some of them supporting even giving up independence to belong to a fascist Russian Federation with an autonomous fascist Ukraine. Their hatred towards the West is seen through their hatred of what they view as a social decadence, basically the global homo meme, but also through a Spenglerian position where the West has died and the East is the last bastion for their perceived utopia. People could bring up how they get funding from oligarchs and how they touched U.S. and Israeli money, but they see it as those groups funding their further destruction. Really, if you really think about it, and I mean that's how they view it as well. So I hope I cleaned some things. So I cleared some things with this video. The next one will focus more on the Ukrainian left on a more historic basis. So yeah, I hope you stick around and enjoy the rest of your day.